This was definitely a direct. You know, it's best to go into these things with low expectations because I think I expected to see what everybody expected to see. You know, obviously it's a partner showcase, so partner publishers that aren't, you know, Nintendo based are putting their games onto Switch 2 and onto Nintendo Switch 1, but I think it's hilarious that the first game they showed is not going to be on Switch 2. But I feel like we saw what we expected to see. And the new games that are going to come out that are going to be on Switch 2, you know, are probably going to look and perform better on you know, every other console. What I didn't expect to see, but it also sparked something in my head, is that there are a bunch of like 8-bit, 16-bit, and 32-bit, you know, pixel art games that they showed and then they announced in this direct. While there's definitely an audience for that stuff, with them showing the gameplay in those games, I feel like with the trudging up the sword and they like, you know, dash a little bit and there's a little bit of explosion when they swing their sword and in those pixel art games, I feel like I've done that in a bunch of those types of games, like in Zelda Link to the Past and games like that. So I feel like Nintendo and those game developers I feel like they should invest in going through a new type of art style. Something that isn't graphically heavy on something like a Switch, but something that adds something new, something that takes that art style but makes something new. I feel like we need to see more innovation in these types of games, and not just pixel art types of games, but just in you know, art style specific games in general. Because even in those, you know, artistic types of games, I'm starting to see a pattern. And that's not really what those games are for, I don't think. I mean, they're for those types of audiences for sure, but we need to see, I want to see more innovation in those types of art styles because they're so, I mean, they're so cool on the surface level, but they could be so much more. Like, for example, the last two games they showed, I feel like they're touching on an art style that could be explored, but I feel like it's too much of what we've seen before. Like gameplay like this, I feel like we've seen that a few times before. You just gotta line yourself up and shoot the bow with this specific art style. I know that there, you know, there's shadows and things like that, but I want to see somebody take a game with this art style or with something like this, but make it completely unique and innovate with this. I just feel like people need to experiment more. Like the developers and art leads, I feel like they need to explore and innovate more. 'Cause I think there are so many of these games now. But that may just be me. I feel like this Nintendo Direct had a bunch of these types of games. I want to see like a new piece of art style from it. That's what I've really taken from this Direct. I feel like there's not a whole lot of innovation happening. There's a whole lot of stagnant, you know, I mean, they're making small little changes and improvements in this type of art style, but I want to see something completely new with this that's gonna blow me away. But I haven't seen it yet. But hopefully that'll come at some point. But what do you guys think? What would you think of the Nintendo Direct? I came in with low expectations, and I got what I thought I was getting. So if you like the video, subscribe, like, comment down below, see you all in the next video. Bye bye.